Hello, Beard Wizard family. Welcome back to a belated day 8 of the Battle of the Beer Advent calendars here on the Beard Wizard channel. I couldn't do a show last night because I had our company Christmas party. I didn't have time. So I'm playing catch up this weekend. Today I'm doing yesterday, and tomorrow I'm going to do today and Sunday. So if you're playing along with the home game, yes, we skipped a day, but we are going to play catch up mostly tomorrow because I don't have time to do 2 streams today, and I don't really want to drink 4 beers before bed tonight. Not the way I'm feeling after the Christmas party. So if I sound a little raspy, if I sound a little out of it and tired, that's why. I had a little bit too much beer last night, and I'm feeling it today. But welcome. Before we jump into the show and we talk about what this is, make sure you click that subscribe button and help support this channel. I really appreciate everybody who does. If you want to look for other ways to support us, check out the Linktree link. You can find my books, thebeardstruggle.com, a lot of other ways and avenues to support this channel and add to all the equipment and everything that we need here. So what is this? This is me pitting 2 advent calendars together, one from Germany, one from Illinois. From Germany, it's the Kalia advent calendar that's normally available at Costco. And then from Illinois, it's the Lodi Tap House advent calendar that they put together here in Illinois, all from Illinois small batch craft brewers all over the state, which is kind of cool because I'm finding some breweries I didn't know existed in Illinois. And we're starting to plan some trips. We're actually gonna hopefully do some road trips and go see some or all or most of these places. We'll see. And then maybe I'll tell you what I think about those places with their different beers. Because unfortunately, not every beer in the Illinois box has been a winner. And I'm a little worried about today. But before we get to that, and also, this is non-scientific. Obviously they're not the same styles of beers. They're just whatever was day 8 from each box, and I'll tell you which one I like better. Last year Germany won. We'll see how they come out this year. So far they are up 5-2. Germany is winning just by a little bit right now. Illinois has put 2 on the board. So from Germany we have the Langang breweries. They're Helle. I'm just going to say they're Helles. I'm not going to butcher that. Yes, I'm of German descent and I can't speak German, which is fine. But this brewery is very new. It's a very young brewery as far as German breweries that we have been doing on this show. I did have this one last year, but this brewery is very young. The Langang Brauerei, they started in 2015 as Hopper Brau, and then they rebuilt in 2016 in the middle of Altona. Hamburg, I believe. But yeah, very young in the grand scheme of like German breweries, especially the ones we've been doing. I mean, some of the beer that we're going to do reviews of comes from breweries that are 200 years old. So it's very, very young. And up from Wake Brewing. So Wake Brewing is up in Rock Island, Illinois. We've got their it's called what, Reignition? Yeah. Their Christmas coffee lager. Now, I'm hit or miss with coffee beers, especially coffee stouts. Usually a stout is already bitter enough that it doesn't need any coffee in it. Now this is a coffee lager. Lagers tend to be obviously a lighter beer, a more mellow beer than a stout. And I don't hate coffee beers. It's just that it's either too much coffee or it's in the wrong type of beer or it's mixed with other flavors that don't quite do it, just don't work. So we'll see. I'm going to keep an open mind. I've been relatively surprised by a lot of the beers in the Illinois calendar. Sometimes I've looked at them and thought, wow, this is not going to be good. And they've actually been pretty decent. So we'll see. But Wake Brewing, like I said, they're in Rock Island. I almost clicked the wrong button. They have been around since 2017, so literally almost the same age as the Langang Brewery. They're a small brewery up there. They got a picture of it on their website. But started by brothers Paris, Jason and Justin. Featuring daring ales that walk the high wire and appeal to the eyes as well as the palate, immaculately composed classic styles where simplicity leaves nothing to hide behind. Our creations challenge your conception of what beer should be. That always makes me nervous. I tend to be a beer snob. I'm also a traditionalist in most cases. I'm not a big fan of a lot of experimental beer. Now, I have been surprised by some of the experimental beers that I've had. But then I've also seen them just fail miserably when people just try too hard to make something unique. So we'll see. I don't know. Again, I'm going to keep an open mind. I might be totally surprised. So anyway, we're going to start with Germany. Yesterday we started, well, not yesterday, Thursday. We started with U.S. out of this Stein that's also in my collection. Like I said, you're going to see my entire collection of beer steins during the show. Actually, you're going to see a couple of them more than once because I don't have enough steins yet to do the whole review in steins. But this is the German Helles. Prost. Yeah, that's really good. That's really clean, really crisp. Um, It's not bitter. It's not sour. That is just a clean, sharp, just a clean German beer. That is really good. I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of that the rest of the night. Well, for the next little bit anyway. It's not gonna take me all night to drink that. All right, so let's cleanse that palate with a little bit of clear water. I'm a little nervous about a coffee lager. Not gonna lie. But let's see. It is mildly hazy. A lager is tends to be a light beer. It's not as light as a pilsner. Um, some lagers are a little darker than others, and then you get into your amber lagers and your dark lagers. Um, it's a little bit cloudy. It's not as clear as I would expect. I don't know if there's a sediment because of the coffee flavoring. Maybe there's an additive that gives it that sort of hazy, cloudy appearance. It did have a really nice head when I first poured it. It actually filled all the way to the top of the cup with a good like inch head, which has dissipated since I poured it. These sit a little bit while I'm setting the show up. So it did have a nice head. It has really good legs sticking to the glass. So this is a well crafted beer as far as appearance and head and all that goes. It smells clean. It doesn't smell weird. I'm not getting, well, actually, I take that back. I just got a hit of the coffee on that. So, all right. Cheers. Coffee is definitely there. It doesn't hit you in the face like a lot of coffee beers do, though. It's not so overpowering that it makes you think you're just drinking a cold cup of coffee. That's quite honestly, that's decent. That's pretty good. It, the coffee is a little bit too much like you're just chewing coffee beans, though. It's a little too raw, if that makes sense, if that at all. And the aftertaste is a touch sour, which is not surprising because coffee um, can be sour. It can be a very sour flavor if you're not careful the way it's made. I'm gonna hit that Hellas one more time, but I think I know. I think I know where we're gonna land. Um, I'm surprised by the coffee that I don't hate it. I thought it was just going to be really gross. It's not really gross. It's actually it's pretty decent. If I had it, I would definitely drink it. I'm not trying to go back for another one, and that's kind of what has been the deciding factor between the two beers every day is whether I would go back for another one. Yeah, I got to give it to Germany today. And that's pretty much it. The coffee lager from Wake Brewing is good. It's a good coffee beer. I'm surprised. I was afraid it was going to be really gross. But we're going to give it to the Hellas today because, like I said, given the choice, I would go back for another one of these. I probably, once I finish this coffee beer, I probably would not ever want to drink another one again. only because it's just not the type of beer that I would normally drink more than one of. Flavored beers sometimes are just too flavored. They're just not the kind of beer that you want to have more than one of. It's more of a novelty. It's more of a dessert beer, something where it's like, if you're trying a bunch of, maybe you're doing samples, you're doing a flight, and then you're like, oh, that's interesting. That's kind of neat to have a little bit of. But it's not something I would buy a lot of, and drink on the regular. But this I would. This I would absolutely buy on the regular if I could. So we're giving it to Langang Brewery. Germany takes another one, 6-2. Tomorrow we are going to do today's beers and tomorrow's beers in 2 different streams, not together. I need to give myself a break in between, but we are going to catch up and get ourselves on track for day 9 and day 10 tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. We'll probably do one around noonish Central, and we'll probably do one around 4 or so Central time. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you agreed or disagreed, and I will see you guys tomorrow. You have a great one. Much love. Bye.